YouTube, back at it again with another one. Now, here we have 4 cloves of garlic. You obviously peel your garlic. Right, then we have grape tomatoes that we dice and quarter. Right, now we have an onion that we also quarter. Right. Now, the way I cut this onion, I actually use the dicing method that I normally use, and I'm kind of showing you guys now. Please be careful. Please do not follow me to the T, because I should not have my fingers that exposed to the blade. So please be careful as you're cutting things, man. Now we need these onions about this size so that we can move forward into the next step, right? A nice small dice, right? Nothing precise again, but just a nice small dice. Now here we have your magic bullet or any particular blender that you may have, and if you do not have one, you can just keep those particular size of onions and just cut up your garlic about the same size also. Dice it very small. Garlic needs to be very small, right? And if you don't like it small and you like to see your garlic and taste it as you eat, like in big chunks and pieces, that's fine also. But I would recommend that you don't do that, right? So here we are, adding the 4 cloves of garlic to the blender cup. I forgot the salt for a quick second, but this will be the only salt we add to this actual recipe, besides what we use to season the shrimp, right? So I gave that about 10 spins, so that's about a teaspoon of salt, right? Screw on your blades. Now, just to show you what the consistency is like, that's what you will have as the before product, right? Before we put it in the blender and pulse it. And this is the after, right? About 10 seconds or so, and you want the consistency to be about, like, say, applesauce-ish, right? Cool. Also, people, please do not use cooking wine. You'll kick yourself for it, trust me. Just buy a nice, good, dry white wine. Do not buy cooking wine. Do not cook with the wine that you would not drink with, okay? Now, to a hot pan, not hot like scorching hot, but you have to let your pan heat up before you add any oil or butter or anything like that. Any fat that you add to your pan, you have to let the pan be already at the temperature you need it to be, right? So here we are with a tablespoon of butter. A lot of these butters come with actual measurements on it to make it, easier and better for people to do what they have to do as far as measuring things out. So we have 1 tablespoon of butter to the oil, and I add oil and butter because the flavor is better also, but primarily so that the garlic doesn't burn. Now, if this is the base sauce for what we're about to get into, no one wants burnt garlic. I promise you. It's the worst thing ever. To start your meal, like to start the base of it, is terrible. So please be mindful of the garlic. Cook it slow. This is on a medium-low heat, by the way. So now we add our paste in, so to speak. And we just whip it, man. Get everything together, get the pan moving. Right, so nothing sticks, so nothing burns, most importantly. And just whip it in, man. Just work that in, man. Now in comes 2 cups of the Riesling, not cooking wine. No, excuse me, 1 cup of the Riesling, not cooking wine. Please, people, do not cook with cooking wine. If you do not drink it, please do not cook with it. You'll thank me later, trust me. So we add that to the pan, cover it up, Actually, no, we don't cover it. Let it boil at a medium-low heat, right? And when it starts to boil, when you start to smell the actual alcohol, we add some fresh thyme. Thyme is one of my secret weapons. It could be yours as well. I like fresh thyme or dry thyme. However, I do not buy pre-packaged thyme, and I advise you people not to do that either. Just buy, a bundle of fresh thyme, and if you want it dry, just let it dry out in your kitchen. So we add about 3 sprigs to it, just the leaves. We don't want the stems in this. If any stems do fall in it, just, fish them right out. No one wants to bite into a stem of thyme, okay? Now we add our tomatoes, which were diced previously. Now here we have the shrimp that I spoke of earlier, right? Simple seasoning. Half a teaspoon of each, okay? Put it on the shrimp, mix it, let it marinate, and that's that, right? So now when the tomatoes begin to burst and it lends that liquid, that tomato liquid to the Riesling. See, tomato liquid, people say tomatoes don't have a smell, they have a very strong smell. And when you cook that wine out, when you cook it down, it reminds you of that same flavor and smell of a tomato. That's why they go well together. Now, thin linguine, okay? Cook it according to directions on the packet, right? Please do not break your pasta. The pasta did nothing to you, right? Just lay it in the pot, spoon water over it until it becomes soft and constantly stir it, please. You don't want your pasta to stick. Now again, here we go. 2 more tablespoons of butter. And shrimp goes fast. Shrimp cooks very, very fast. So you have to keep the heat low and be very cautious of how you have to really pay attention to shrimp, right? So now our pasta is done. And you want to cook it to not all the way to al dente because we're finishing it off in the pan with the sauce. You want that pasta to soak up all of that juice, all of that flavor, all of the garlic, the onion, the thyme. You want that pasta to get the butter, everything. You want that to finish in the pan and finish cooking in the pan, right? Trust me. All right, so we whipping again, man. Getting right back to the whip. You see how fast the shrimp cook? You begin to see that pink, they're almost done. So about 7 minutes later or so, big reveal, right? Now, I don't know if you can see, but that sauce is thickened up from the starch from the pasta because we didn't cook it all the way, right? So, that's basically how we do that, man. Very, very simple. And now we plate. It's not that big of a deal, plating, unless you're trying to impress people. But I'm in the house. This is home cooking. Also, do not judge my spoon because my fork, I don't know where it went. My pasta fork, I don't know where it went. So don't judge me, okay? We at home. We are in our homes, okay? So just plating it up. Add a couple more shrimp, it's the star of the show, so why not? I cook a lot of seafood because I am a pescatarian, which is why you haven't seen any meat yet on this particular show, or any show for that matter. But I'll get around to it at some point, so just know. So now we finishing it off with the parsley. And I like home style. I mean, you could get any kind of Parmesan you choose, but I prefer or I like the home style. It's like a little bit chunkier, bigger pieces, you know. It really hits like certain parts of your mouth, pause. You know what I mean? So that's good for me, right? So, you know, try it out if you haven't. You know, and here we are, man. This is the end result. You know, shrimp scampi, man. Super simple, man. Super duper simple.
I know you impressed. You probably thought I was just some old common hood rat, huh?
Yo, what up, what up? Peace, family. Back at it again with another episode of Screw's Kitchen. This is the simple shrimp scampi episode. And as you can see, you know what I mean? Oh, I mean, I'm not even gonna play with this, man. I'm gonna get right into it, man. Oh my Lord. Hold on, let's talk. Ooh.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know if y'all ever had shrimp scampi, but that good balance of that butter sauce with the wine, with the spices, with the herb, that thing that you want to pay for when you go to a restaurant, man. Right here, I did it for y'all, man. I swear to God. Let me get into the shrimp, though, man. You gotta leave the tails on because it make a good little handle. That's my thing. You can take the tails off if you want. Or you can leave them on, you can leave the whole thing on. I'm a tail kind of guy, man. Look at that, man. Look at my exposure is kind of tripping, but know the vibes. Man. What more is there to say, man? It's another episode of Screw's Kitchen. You know. If you like this video, you know what to do. You know, and until next time, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for stopping through. Until next time. Bless.